Hey everybody, Mr.K here, and we're back on our 1978 anniversary, and we're getting ready to restore the wheels. So I did dismount the white walls. They're pretty rough shape, kind of dry rotted. So we're going to replace those with the vintage style two white wall sidewalls. The dual tubes were okay, but we're going to redo these wheels. They're pretty rough. So what I'm probably going to do is take all the bearings out and the rotors. I may replace these rotors and the sprockets, and probably what I'm going to do is get everything all hollowed out and then have these wheels glass beaded, and then I'll probably polish the wheels, tape everything off, and have it sprayed the gold. So I'm going to research what color gold that is. It is pretty pitted. And when I tore this one wheel off, a lot of corrosion powder came out. So we're going to have to really clean these babies up. But nothing, no cracks or anything like that. So we'll reset the bearings. When I reset the bearings, I'll show you how to do that. There's some shims you can use to get your proper settings, and we'll go from there. All right. Okay, rotors and sprocket, wheel bearings, everything come out really nice. Nothing seized up. Looks pretty good. Now, the next step is going to be taking and put them in the parts washer, getting all the grease out of them. Then I'll thoroughly dry them and get ready to put them in our blast cabinet. Bead blast them. They are pretty greasy. I left one stud for the rear sprocket inside so that I know that this is the rear wheel, which is originally where it was. I like to keep everything where they are because these wheels pretty much are the same wheels. This is my front one. It's got a lot more corrosion on it, but I'm going to keep it the way it is. Everything else looks pretty good. Nothing real, no cracks yet or anything. So off to the parts washer, get all this oil and stuff off. And then I'm going to tape it all off and get ready to bead blast it. All right. Okay, got the wheel cleaned up from the parts washer. Doesn't look too bad. This side's still a little bit stained up. Definitely going to need painted. So on this wheel, I actually put it in the bead blast cabinet and started removing some of the paint. Cleaned it up a lot. Gonna finish removing all the paint. We'll run it through one more time, get ready to paint it. Wash it all off, tape off all the areas. Alrighty. Almost ready for paint. Okay, just back from the painters. And wow, what a difference. Looks really nice. Those guys did one heck of a job, and I appreciate it. So what I'm going to do then is I'm going to go ahead and polish the edges. I already started polishing. We'll get the rest of it. I was also going to tape off the edges, but the way it turned out, I really think that I'm going to leave it the way it is, because that gold really shows up nice. Yeah, so we got a little bit of a mirror edge on there. That really came out nice. And I think if I were to, I just gonna keep it like that. And then I got new seals, and we'll grease the bearings up, get them all set up, get the rotors put back in with some chrome hardware, and get our tires on. All right, gonna keep moving. Okay, got my bearings all cleaned up, got some new seals, got everything ready to go, got my sprocket all cleaned up. I'm going to get some new sprocket and rotor hardware bolts, and we're ready to go in. As you can see, they did a really nice job painting it, and we got the dual white wall vintage tires mounted on there. This thing's gonna be sweet. Okay, alrighty. So I'm gonna go ahead and get these bearings repacked and put in there, and we'll see you at the end. Okay, well, there's my wheel done. We got all new bearings and grease in there, and we cleaned everything up. We got the sprocket back on with our new painted wheel, and those guys who painted, there's about 5 of those guys that have been working on my motorcycle, and they're getting ready to have my frame done, which we're getting ready to have it. So that's exciting. And here's the other side with our new vintage style dual white walls. And we got everything cleaned up on the rotor side. And I just cleaned up the old hardware and things like that. So we're just going to reuse that. So there's our wheels. And I'm excited to get those back on to the motorcycle. And like I said, pretty soon we're going to have the frame and everything back, and I'll start on that. And then here's our engine. Kind of dirty, kind of grimy. But we're going to go ahead and get ready to split those cases and wash them all up and get them all nice and bead blasted, and then start putting this bike back together. So, all right, well, everybody, I hope that you had a great winter, and spring is here. It's like 8 days away. So I'm excited. I hope you guys keep watching until this bike is done. And I hope it's soon so we can ride it. All right. God bless everybody.